What's up, what's up? It looks like we're live on Periscope and YouTube. Can everybody hear me? Okay, I'm just gonna wait until everyone comes in. As you can see, I'm in front of a really awesome view, and it's chill. It's nice. I like it. And I feel like people are always trying to hide whenever they enjoy anything during COVID, because so many bad things are happening. So you have to always be showing like you're hiding yourself, and you're in like a closed place, you're wearing your mask, you're just like not enjoying. Anytime someone puts a picture of themselves having fun or something online, it's like it always has to be with a mask or something. But I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. Like, I don't feel like I need to do that. I mean, I wasn't doing it in the first place, but I like to show off. I like to show the world when I'm feeling happy. And I don't think that anybody should apologize for that. There's a nice view outside. Go out and enjoy it. Take advantage. What up, Dominique? What up, Seashell? Wally World? Yeah, it's a really nice view. It's very pretty. I like it. Hee hee. And I wanted to show you guys. I was thinking about going inside a room or something. What a prodigal heel. I was thinking about going inside a room, and I was like, no. Even if it's getting dark here, I should like at least take advantage of it a little bit. Alrighty, what is up, everybody? So I don't know if everyone had a chance, but last night to check it out. Last night we had the interview with Lauren Southern. Thank you, Nate. What up, Paul? And it was really awesome. And what's up, Luke? That's so cool that you're watching. Thanks for watching this. It's not a green screen. I'm not gonna tell you where it is, but it's just a chill place with family. So anyway, and it's not a green screen, but if you guys didn't get a chance to watch last night, I had an interview with Lauren Southern. Go and check it out. Check out the interview I had last night. It was really cool. Lauren talked about a few things. She talked about her movie that is coming out. Yeah, there's ducks in the background. She talked about her movie Crossfire, which is coming out like next week, and she is sorry, I'm like seeing the comments. Everyone who comes on my live streams always get distracted by the comments, but they don't realize that I get distracted the most by my comments. So and it's fine. It's good. I like your comments. It's fine. What up, Andrew? Andrew, I was actually thinking, Andrew, of having you on tonight because I was like really interested in learning about this great conjunction, because I actually never heard of it until today, and I was looking, I googled it online, and it actually looks really cool, and I want to talk about it. But I also, some of you guys were, I also wanted to have a live stream that was just me solo, because this whole week it's just interviews. It's just having people on that are interesting, and I also wanted one for myself. So maybe I'll jump in the water. There's as you can hear, people are swimming and jumping in the water, and yeah, it's really chill. I don't think that humans are made to be stationary in one place. We're meant to be traveling. We're meant to be like running around and having fun and enjoying the world. So that's what I'm gonna do afterwards. I'm gonna get in my bathing suit and I'm gonna jump in the water. Do you hear that? Last night I had so I was interviewing Lauren Southern, and it was a really cool interview and everything, and it was like we were having a serious conversation, and then my baby niece walks in. She just barges in and she starts going, I want pink, and I had a pink, like, I had these post-it notes, and she wanted a pink one, and she's like, I want pink, and then I wasn't listening to her, and she goes, I want pink, mommy, and I was like, I'm not your mom. It was really cute and funny, and I keep going back and forth between, oh no, like, I need my own space, and I need my own space. I need to be away from family, because I have a big family, and they're a lot. They're like very loud and fun, but sometimes I feel like, oh, I need my own space, and so I kind of like push back against it, and sometimes very forcefully, and I try to be completely on my own. But other times I feel like I should be I should be taking advantage of it more, and so I think it might just be like a happy medium. You can be with family and enjoy yourself and not feel like claustrophobic at the same time. Make sure that you're doing what you want to be doing, and you're not just going along with what everybody else does. I think that's the problem, and that's why people feel very, very like suffocated sometimes when they're around family, especially if you have a big family like mine. And sometimes I think people just lose themselves because they just defer to the pack. They just defer to like whatever everybody else is doing, but everybody's deferring to what everybody else is doing, and you're not gonna enjoy yourself. You have to be like, I have a live stream right now and I want to do my live stream. I don't care that there's people jumping in the water and playing and doing fun stuff and whatever. Like, I'm gonna do my live stream also. So Andrew says, let go of the guilt, Pardes oy vey. Yeah, I mean, it's also religious, a lot of it religious. Like, oh, I need to be doing things this way for the pack, but you don't have to. So if you guys are on Periscope, feel free to hop over to YouTube, because Periscope is gonna end soon, and backflip into the water on the stream. I'm not that brave yet. Okay, so let's read about this stimulus thing. By the way, tomorrow we have this girl, and there's a whole list of people that I want to bring on this live stream, by the way, that I'm really excited about. Tomorrow there's this girl, her name is Yvonne Dean Bailey. I think she might have broken a record. She ran for office extremely early, extremely young in New Hampshire. She ran, I believe, at the age of 18, and she I think it was like she was running for state rep. I'm gonna read her background a little more before she comes on, so I don't sound dumb. But she's coming on tomorrow, and then the day after we got Nick Searchy, he's the guy who he's a filmmaker, and he's in LA, and I might actually be able to so Nick Searchy, yeah. So I might be able to get some more information on him about what movie he's working on. And then on Thursday we got Andrew Chapados from Rebel Media, and yeah, so there's a lot, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many people we got for next week, and that I'm really, really, really excited about, and there's so many people that I have yet to ask. So thank you guys for joining, and thanks for making this cool, and also thanks for your support and your advice. And I know a lot of people told me that I've been acting awkward on my live streams, or they've been giving me helpful suggestions and tips, and I'm aware of it, and I appreciate you telling me that. Okay, so Andrew says I should interview Tyler Goldstein. Oh, and also I might do some sort of we're gonna revamp these stuff so they're more professional. Okay, so Luke says, you're reading about stimulus. Don't they ban people for that on here? Yeah. My videos have gotten, I don't think that my videos are still very, very small and not famous. Not a lot of people are watching them. So I don't think I'm getting banned at the level that like Luke's videos are getting banned or some other people, because people are actually watching those videos and reporting them. Mine, I don't have a lot of haters yet, or I don't think I'm on the radar. Get it, stimulus? I don't think I'm on the radar of a lot of these big tech people yet, because I'm not big, but someday I guess I will be. And hopefully by the time that day comes, we will have worked really hard to try and fight all this like crazy censorship and try and make it a more, like a less cutthroat environment for people who are YouTubers and stuff. That's Andrew says Luke got demonetized because his face qualifies as obscenity. Oh. I disagree. Stefan, what's up? Oh my gosh. Okay, tell us a joke. The only joke that comes to mind is a really inappropriate joke. I told it to my sister last night, and I told it at the dinner table to my sister, and then everybody was like, oh haha, and then my sister's like, hey, wanna know a funny joke today? And she started saying the joke, and I was like, dude, I told you that joke last night. It was a bad joke. I'm being a bad influence. Hello, what up, best friend? So let's look at this stimulus package. I actually didn't even read it. I read part of it, and I just saw bits and pieces of it. It is crazy long. It's 5,593 pages long. It's insane. It's a $900 billion package, a $900 billion relief package, which is insane. That's a lot of tax money that they have to raise our taxes like really high for the next few years, for at least the next decade, to pay this off. And because we're already in debt, so we're gonna be paying for it with money that we don't have, because also most of our businesses are gone. A lot of our businesses are disappearing because of these lockdowns. So they're basically creating like the worst possible economic future for us with these lockdowns and this relief package and everything. So that's what I know so far. But let's look at the specifics. Do you hear the sound in the background? So Boo! Does she want to come upstairs? Okay, maybe I'll tell my niece to come later. What's up, best friend? People are getting hosed. They're hosing each other down. They have like a hose and they're just like spraying it on each other. It's really funny and random. But anyway, okay. So I'm reading this guy, Oldfield Rando. He's taking out bits and parts of this package, relief package. So we got out of this $900 billion package, relief package, this crazy relief package that they're using with our taxpayer money that we're going to be paying for, and with money that we don't have. $47 million for processing, researching, and marketing. This is the administrative stuff. They're going to send it, I guess, to universities, these already very wealthy universities, like Johns Hopkins, my school, Johns Hopkins. We literally have bidets in our bathrooms, and they charge an insane amount of tuition. I'm actually thinking of dropping out from my program just because I feel like it's not worth it, and I'm not gaining anything from it. I'm not making any money from it. I'm probably not going to make any money from it because I don't plan to work for anybody. So it's not like I'm going to be using my degree as like an excuse to get paid more. So it's a Ponzi scheme. So yeah, that's what they're sending $47 million to. All right, $24,192,000 for the Office of Chief Economist. Okay, Office of Chief Economist. By the way, if you don't follow him, Oilfields Rando. I actually just saw this account today, but I think it's a great account, at Oilfield_Rando. RANDO. $9,629,000 for the Office of Budget and Program Analysis, which is, what's a Office of Budget and Program Analysis? So in case you're wondering why everyone's getting only $600, this is why. They're sending it to all these like random programs. $600 out of this $900 billion package. They're sending the rest of the money to all these random programs. $4.2 million for the Office of Ethics. $809,000 for the Undersecretary for Research, Education, Economics. What? $809,000 for Undersecretary. Okay. So $809,000 for one person, for the Undersecretary, for one office. The Office of the Undersecretary for Marketing and Regulatory Progress. So nearly $1 million relief for this one government office. What? $5 billion for the screwworm program. What's that? What's a screwworm program? Guys, what's a screwworm program? Screwworm program. Whoa. $5 million of this relief package is going to the screwworm program? Holy moly. $5 billion, that's insane. It's a program to eradicate the screwworm? Stop screwworms? It's like some kind of insect? Dude, $5 billion for that? And it's not just in the US, it's for other countries too. So the screwworm program is basically a type of insect eradication program that's international. Screwworm spreads COVID, apparently. Ha ha ha. That's a joke. I know. In case anyone is dumb enough to believe that. In case anyone is dumb enough to think that we're not joking. Okay, another $809,000 for the Secretary of Food, Nutrition, and Consumer Services. Okay. So one person is getting close to government secretary is getting close to $1 million out of this. This is disgusting. This relief program is disgusting. These people are taking more money out of this. They're using COVID as an excuse to take more money than they would have ever made under any normal circumstances. $4.8 million for the Office of Codex Alimentarius. What's Codex Alimentarius? Alrighty. First Energy, let's see. $5 million for a pilot program to give a regional consortium sewer system contracts, which has the for historically impoverished communities. This isn't something that existed. This is a pilot program. Apparently, it's like a new thing, a new program that someone made up in order to get a piece of this COVID relief package. A new program that somebody made up. Another $10 million to push renewables in rural communities. Okay, for solar farms. So by the way, I was in Peru and we saw like all these houses that like they were asking us to give money to these like indigenous communities in Peru. They were asking us to like donate, and we were constantly donating to everything because we're Westerners, so we're expected to donate for all these causes that they had. When we went to visit these places, and they were like, dude, these houses had solar panels on their roof. We're not even like rich and advanced enough to have solar panels on our roof, and they're making us pay to have for these impoverished communities to have solar panels on their roof. It's like ridiculous. $3 million to fight the Kogon grass. Kogon grass? What's a Kogon grass? I don't even know what that is. $1.5 billion for the NOAA, for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA? What? Ah! Marhaba. I no speaking Arabic. I speaking Farsi. I don't speak Arabic. Although I tried to learn Arabic for a while. I tried to speak. I went through a phase when I was in Israel, and because all their stuff are like, Arabic is like their second language kind of, in addition to English. So everything is in Arabic also, in English. So I tried to learn Arabic like that, and then I just kind of stopped because I got tired of trying. $65 million to restore salmon populations. Salmon populations, dude. Nothing in this title shall be construed to prevent a giant recipient from deterring child pornography, copyright infringement, or any other unlawful activity over its networks. $208 million to upgrade the Census Bureau's computer system. What? Is this supposed to be a COVID relief package, or an excuse to get whatever they want passed? $1 million for the Ashanti Alert Network? What's Ashanti Alert Network? Who isn't Ashanti a singer? What the heck is Ashanti Alert Network? Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my gosh. 35 million for body cams. For body cams worn for state, local, and tribal law enforcement. Tribal law? Like Native Americans? $33 million for Justice Reinvestment Initiative for activities related to criminal justice reform and recidivism reduction. $22 million for Edward Byrd Memorial Criminal Justice Innovation Program. The Commission on the Social Status of Black Men and Boys. $500,000 for that. None of the funds made available in this act shall be used in any way whatsoever to support or justify the use of torture by any official or contract employee of the United States government. Right. We got Republicans. It has to be none of the funds appropriated or otherwise made available in this or any other act may be used to transfer, release, or assist in the transfer or release to or within the United States, its territories, or possessions, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed or any other detainee who is not a United States citizen or a member of the armed forces of the United States, and is or was held after June 24, 2009 at the United States Naval Station, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, by the Department of Defense. Someone is saying, can you post a link to this? I actually tweeted, go look on my page. I tweeted this guy that I'm basing a lot of the stuff I'm reading from screenshots posted by this guy. He also posted a link to the actual bill. So go and look on my Twitter page. Go and check out my Twitter page. if you want, I can, you know what, I'm gonna include it in the video of this YouTube video, because I'd rather you guys be on my YouTube channel, because that's actually where I make money from YouTube. I don't make money from like Periscope. I mean, it's not like a lot, but I like YouTube anyway, because I feel like people on here are more dedicated. Anyway, that's like a really, really long explanation. So here you go. I am including it in here. Here is a link to the COVID relief package. Prodigal Heel, you were suspended from Twitter? What? That's so annoying. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really annoying. I included a link to this in YouTube. I'm sorry to hear you were suspended. That's really dumb. Twitter is kind of dumb, honestly. I'm not just saying that because you got suspended. Like, I don't feel very, and I keep telling everybody to go to YouTube, because I don't feel very stable on Twitter. I don't know like how much longer I'll last on Twitter, because they're just so like arbitrary with everything, and they're just such hippies and weirdos. I don't know. I don't like them at all. So, okay, alrighty. So we got $710 million of U.S. military weapons and training for Syria. What? Am I reading this correctly? For human rights and the rule of law. So a lot of this money from this COVID relief package, a lot of the money from this COVID relief package is going to other countries in the name of human rights. So not only are we funding these random offices in the United States, these random bureaucrats, giving them like millions and millions of dollars just using COVID as an excuse, we're also sending hundreds and hundreds of million dollars abroad to offices of other governments across the world. Obviously, none of that money is going to their citizens, as we've seen many times in the past. None of this money is actually going to citizens. $750 million for fossil energy research development. What? Fossil energy research development? Naval oil shale reserve activities? What? $13 million for them? Naval oil shale reserve activities? $222,724,000 to update the IRS's business systems. The IRS, oh my gosh. $8 million for Washington D.C.'s Water and Sewer Authority. $135,500,000 for one federal courthouse in Hartford, Connecticut. This is making me really mad. I agree, Fred. This is making me really mad. $94.5 million for the federal courthouses in Tennessee, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. $4.4 million for five former U.S. presidents. Which former presidents? 5 former presidents? Obama, Bush, Clinton, other Bush. Who else? Why do they need a relief? What does this have to do with COVID? What? Oh my gosh. In order to promote government access to commercial information technology, the restriction on purchasing non-domestic articles, materials, and supplies set forth in Chapter 83 of Title 41 of the United States Code, popularly known as the Buy American Act, shall not apply to the acquisition by the federal government of information technology that is commercial item. So basically, the Buy American Act doesn't apply to IT stuff, and you can still buy IT stuff from China. So this is like kind of like a rollback on that. Stupid. I mean, it's like none of this is actually. None of this is to help Americans in any way. $600 to help Americans. I don't understand who within our government, how people could have been so dishonest. Every single normal human being is against it. Every single Republican and Democrat that I've spoken to or I've seen is against it. The far left, the far right, everybody. Nobody supports a stupid $600 thing. And these government people are supporting it because they know that they're all getting a cut. Haha, Bill Clinton in the comments says, I'm broke and I need money. Is that okay with you, Pardes? The restrictions on employee training. They can still spy on Americans. Let's see. The United States is committed to ensuring the health of its Olympic, Pan-American, and Paralympic athletes, supports the strict adherence to anti-doping in sport through testing, adjudication, and education and research as performed by nationally recognized oversight authorities. What's doping? Why are they anti-doping? What does this have to do with COVID? What is anti-doping? There's a World Anti-Doping Agency. Oh, they're not allowed to smoke pot. They're not allowed to do drugs. Dude, what does this have to do with COVID? Why do we care? Why do we care? Unless otherwise authorized by existing law, none of the funds provided in this, so this is section 731. Unless otherwise authorized by existing law, none of the funds provided in this or any other act may be used by an executive branch agency to produce any prepackaged news story intended for broadcast or distribution in the United States, unless the story includes a clear notification within the text or audio of the prepackaged news story that the prepackaged news story was prepared or funded by that executive branch agency. What? I have to read this again. This is all one sentence. Okay, this is one sentence. Unless otherwise authorized by existing law, none of the funds provided in this or any other act may be used by an executive branch agency to produce any prepackaged news story intended for broadcast or distribution in the United States. Unless the story includes a clear notification within the text or audio of the prepackaged news story, the prepackaged news story was prepared or funded by that executive branch agency. Okay, so they have to have like a disclaimer that says that the news story was prepared by that agency. In exchange, okay, $50 million bailout to offset the loss of user changes for the Federal Record Centers program. So $50 million for the Federal Record Record Centers program. What's a Federal Record Centers program? Record Center? $2 million for DHS snitches. Okay. $2 million to make sure that nobody's crossing the border illegally, I guess. Dude, I don't care. I don't care about the border when they're cucking American citizens like this, when they're like actively raping American citizens like this, I don't care about the border. I don't care who comes in and out. I don't want to give you more money to go and stop people from coming in and out. I don't want to give you money for anything. This is like my money. I don't trust you to go and do any, like, I don't care. I don't care who comes in. When you're taking away basic freedoms from Americans, treating Americans like slaves, spitting them in the face, closing down their businesses and everything, and being like, oh, but here's $600 for you, while you're giving hundreds and hundreds of $1 million, $900 billion total to government bureaucrats and countries around the world that their citizens are never going to see the money. It's just for these small group of government people that are controlling the money. Those are the victims that's who you're giving the foreign aid to. I don't care who comes in the country. Who cares? I want my money. George Washington in the YouTube comment says, women like Pardes are the reason I started this country. Keep rocking, girl. You're showing how this is #1. Your show is #1 rated. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's really nice. Thank you so much. You make my night, guys. $115 million, 745. By the way, people like you is why people like me are here, because that's why my parents moved to this country. That's why they do you know that in order to get to this country, my parents that probably hear me right now, they traveled through deserts, they walked on foot, they like drank like piss water in the desert in order to like escape their country to come here. They came here because of people like you that believe in freedom. They came here for freedom. And then they see stuff happening. They're not so political, but they see that they see how hard people are working to take away those freedoms. And it's like a letdown, because you worked your whole life to get to a place that is to get away from communism and authoritarianism and all this government BS to get to a land of freedom. And then it's like the same story wherever you go. It's kind of like a massive black pill. So yeah, Alex says a country without borders is not a country. I agree with you. I just think that like the way they're raping American citizens in the butt, I would rather not be an American citizen, right? I would rather be an illegal. The way that they're treating American citizens, and they're making it impossible to have business, and they're taxing the shit out of people and locking down their businesses and collecting census information on them in order to like come and spy on you and make sure that you're not reopening your business. I'd rather be rather be free, right? But of course, I agree with you that it's important to have borders. A country without borders is not a country. Your parents came to this country too, so don't try that. Don't try what? Oh, you're not talking to me, sorry. Okay, so, right. You hear the kid? Okay, so $115,745,000 for the Wild Horse and Burro program. What? $115,745,000 for the Wild Horse and Burro program? Who cares about Wild Horse and Burros? Dude, $21,125,000 to preserve the civil rights movement sites. To historically black colleges and universities. Dude. Whoa. Is this like Jupiter and Saturn? Are we supposed to see Jupiter and Saturn? Whoa. I don't know. $150,800,000 812 grand for offshore ONG regulators. So 150 million, 812 grand for our corrupt, disgusting government bureaucrats to go and police people who have offshore accounts that are trying to escape the government stealing their money and hiding their money offshore. No, that's not a crime. It's not a crime to store money offshore when the government is like gonna take it arbitrarily. 129 million for the Navajo irrigation project. What? 33.7 million for new or improved facilities for the EPA. 59.5 million for grants for the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Program. Dude. 10.8 million for the Institute of American Indian and Alaska Native Culture and Arts Development Institute. 818 million 192 grand for the Smithsonian. What? 153 million 242 grand for the National Gallery of Art salaries and expenses. Another 23.2 million for facilities. 26.4 million for Kennedy Center funding, operations, and maintenance, and then another 14 million for upgrades, all for the Kennedy Center? Holy shit. What? Oh my gosh. Holy shit. This is disgusting. Alright, where am I? Where was I up to? Okay. Alright, so we got the National Endowment for the Arts, 167 million 500 grand. 167.5 million for the National Endowment for the Humanities. 3.24 million for the Commission of Fine Arts, which is 7 members. So they're 3.24 million relief to split between a 7-member board commission. 7.4 million for the Advisory Council on Historic Preservations. Oh my gosh. Community colleges. Alright. Joe Manchin. 35 million for workers in the Appalachian region and workers in the lower Mississippi. Record American unemployment. The ones who still have a job will be paying 93.896 for migrant farm worker programs. So 93,896 grand for migrant farm worker programs. 185 million to expand opportunities through apprenticeships only registered under the National Apprenticeship Act to be available to the Secretary to carry out activities through grants, cooperative agreements, contracts, and other arrangements with states and other appropriate entities, including equity intermediaries and business and labor industry partner intermediaries. Dude. Apparently there's a Black Lung Disability Trust Fund. The Black Lung Disability Trust Fund Wally World says, is there anything in here that sounds COVID related? No, none of it is COVID related. 40 million, 33 million for another part of the Black Disability Lung Trust Fund. What? Josh says, I love America. If I can turn it around from a homeless alcoholic to college graduate, then anyone can make it. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're making it. I just get so mad to see how the government is just like screwing people like this. 251 million, more than 251 million for Howard University. 6,500 students for Howard University. 251 million. Dude, these people don't need money. These universities don't need more money. 4.2 million, more than 4.2 million for salaries and expenses for the House Joint Committee on Taxation. So more than 4.2 million for the salaries and expenses of people who are going to be raising our taxes and forcing you to pay more taxes, okay? In order to pay for all these things. $98 million for the Capital Power Plant. Approximately $21 million for the Botanical Garden for the capital city. Approximately $25 million for the Visitor Center for Washington D.C. What? For the Capitol Center? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Why is our COVID stimulus package going to a botanical garden? Are these people out of their minds? People are starving because of these lockdowns. They're starving and they're like, oh, here's $600 for you. We're gonna spend the rest of it on a botanical garden and give the rest of it billions of dollars. Just give the rest of it abroad to other people. How stupid and disgusting and out of touch and dishonest can you have to be as a legislator? Honestly, I want the worst to happen to these government bureaucrats. If this doesn't make you angry, I don't know what would. If after seeing how much Americans are suffering from these lockdowns, this doesn't make you angry. I mean, even if America, like, this is, they have no right to do this. They have no right. Another $5 million to make sure that politicians have immediate access to COVID care and testing. All agencies and offices funded by this division that contract with food service provider or providers shall confer and coordinate with such food service provider or providers or consult with disability advocacy groups to eliminate or reduce plastic waste, including waste from plastic straws, to explore the use of biodegradable items. How out of touch do you have to be? They're focused on enforcing a plastic straw ban. These people are living in an actual ivory tower. $1 billion for the Millennium Challenge Corporation. $1 million for the Millennium Challenge Operation. Almost $1 million, approximately $1 million. Sorry, not $1 billion. Not $1 million, $1 billion, $1 billion for the Millennium Challenge Corporation. Sorry, tongue twisted. What is the Millennium Challenge Operation? Holy moly. For entertainment expenses? What? $33 million for technical assistance for the Department of Treasury. $100 million to get rid of the Export-Import Bank. Sorry, to throw at the Export-Import Bank. Oh man, Oilfield Rando's right. This is, the Bachelorette is happening right now, and we're missing it. Officials of foreign governments and their immediate family members about whom the Secretary of State has credible information have been involved directly or indirectly in significant corruption, including corruption related to the extraction of human resources or a gross violation of human rights, including the wrongful detention of locally employed staff of a United States diplomatic mission, or a U.S. citizen or national should be ineligible for entry in the United States. Okay, so now they're like denouncing other leaders that aren't approved by them of being corrupt. Okay, so I don't know. There's so much. 15 million in scholarships for Egyptians in Egypt. What? $15 million, the funds appropriated by this act under the heading Economic Support Fund. No less than 125 million should be made for the assistance. 125 million for the assistance for Egypt, of which 40 million should be made available for higher education programs, including not less than 15 million for scholarships for Egyptian students with high financial need to attend non-profit institutions of higher education in Egypt that are currently accredited by a regional accrediting agency recognized by the U.S. Department of Education, or meet standards equivalent to those required for the United States institutional accreditation by a regional accrediting agency recognized by such department, provided that such funds shall be made available for democracy programs and for development programs in the Sinai. Provided further that such funds may not be made available for cash transfer assistance or budget support unless the Secretary of State certifies and reports to the appropriate congressional committees that the government of Egypt has taken consistent and effective steps to stabilize the economy and implement market-based economic reforms. Holy shit, this is such a scam. This is all such a scam. This makes me really upset. And this isn't even including all these countries the money is going to. Money is going to Sudan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, so many more national countries. I saw it was going to Israel, Cambodia, Burma. By the way, Cambodia is apparently a communist country. And it's not just, and you said Sudan. Tie horses, are you actually a foreign adversary? Sean says Egypt. The whole thing has been a scam. It's not just like a little bit of foreign aid to these countries. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of foreign aid. It's like hundreds of billions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars just to each country. I think it's almost 1 billion to some of these countries. That you know that money is not going to their citizens. It's going to their government officials, because those countries are, especially, they're, at best, they're socialist countries. It's impossible for those people in those countries to make money, let alone receive a ton of money from their government. They're basically, what I see happening is, and this is kind of like what my last week's Black Pill video was about. I got distracted. My last week's video was about this. It was like super Black Pill, and I don't want to be making Black Pill videos. Like, I don't want to be like a Black Pill merchant. I don't want to be making people, because I want people to be happy and encouraged to go out and make money and do things and be great. Like, I want to be a source of positive spirit in the world. It's just really, really hard for me. I don't see I'm not very optimistic, honestly. And I try to be, but that would be it would be dishonest for me to come here and tell you that I think that everything's gonna be fine and we're going in a great direction. I think there are some things that you can get out of it that are positive. I think you could probably take advantage of certain things. Everybody should try and invest as much as possible in online businesses. Come on here, try and build a community online, YouTube, Twitter. I mean, I'm trying to do that. And invest in land, try to buy land. I mean, these are just things that I think that are true, and you don't have to agree with me. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I am investing in real estate. I got my real estate license in Texas so that I can keep doing that, and help other people keep doing that. That's just how I see it. I don't see, and I don't even know if, like, I don't know if Texas is even safe. I mean, eventually everywhere is gonna be where I see is headed is this system where we're all operating under the same global government entity, where it's not like you can leave this communist country and go to another communist country. You leave this country, you go to another country, it's all controlled by the same force, by the same government conglomerate, or whatever you call it. And so there isn't really anywhere to go. And I don't know how it's gonna end. But I don't see it being positive in the near future. William says hard assets are smart. Jonathan says I got a farm. Yeah, get a farm. That's a good, I mean, I think that's a great idea. Get a farm. Buy land. Buy land. I think that's a good idea. George says Bitcoin blockchain technology seems promising too. Someone said one world order. Alfonso says one world order. Prodigal Heel says Texas secede. That's another thing that I wonder if Texas would secede. But the thing is that it would be really hard for Texas to go to war against the rest of the U.S. Prodigal Heel says I live in the country. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you live in Texas. That's awesome. Yeah, buy land. Someone, oh yeah, Doug was telling me. But there's a lot of land that you can get for not a lot of money that people are not taking advantage of. And you should take advantage of it. Like, I don't have a lot of money right now, but when I do, I'm gonna take advantage of it. I'm gonna really, yeah. And I don't know, try to spend as much time around family as possible. That's really hard. It's really hard for me to do because I get very suffocated very easily, and I need my space. I need to do whatever I need to do, but try to find a way to be yourself and enjoy yourself and be happy and assert yourself. When you are able to assert yourself and say and demand a certain level of respect and demand a certain level of what you want, I need this now, I need that. When you're able to do that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to spend more time and be respectful of other people. But it's going to be easier for you to spend time around other people and maybe settle down even and find your soulmate or whatever, and also spend more time with family when you're able to assert yourself more within that environment. I don't know if I'm making sense, but Texas's government is also pretty corrupt, I think, in my opinion. A lot of licensing laws that are not necessary, and the real estate I don't really like the way I mean, it's like this all over the country. It's not just Texas, but the whole like real estate hierarchy. It's kind of like everybody's paying someone else. Like every time a sale's made, like someone is taking the top off from your sale. And so you got the real estate agents, you got the brokers, you got like the appraisers, you got like everyone's taking the top off from the sale. Everyone is trying to get a piece of that pie. And it's all government regulated. It's all like the government enforcing it. None of it is really, in my opinion, necessary. Yeah, none of it is really necessary. Like most of it is just the government pretending to help you, but really they're just forcing like artificial industries to keep operating and taking money from people. I don't know. Jessica says we don't have state income tax, but our property taxes are high. The big cities are always trying to annex small municipalities. Alrighty. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But have an awesome week. Hang out with your families. This relief package is total garbage, and it makes me really mad. There's so much more. 81 million, almost 82 million for the Department of Education. Insane. 55 million for the Department of Health and Human Services. Another 300 million for NOAA fisheries. What? It's all ridiculous. So maybe there will be a World War III. Maybe people will snap out of their complacency and start to get up and defy government. I'm very, very not optimistic that will happen, but it would be a dream if people started realizing what's happening and started to actually fight back against government tyranny. I don't know. People just go along with whatever is happening. They like to follow the leader, but I would be really happy if something happened to change that. Anyway, see you all tomorrow. Take care. Like this video, by the way, if you're on YouTube. Like this video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. Just felt like I had to say that. See you. Bye, Paul.